Welcome to Grow with Vibrant Rainbow Gardens, your go to space for growing, thriving seasonal gardens right here in the wild and wonderful Houston climate. I am Vandana, organic gardener, a permaculture enthusiast, and a garden coach with over 15 years of hands in the soil experience. Whether you're starting with a pot of herbs or a backyard full of weeds, you're in the right place. Each week, I will share practical tips, real life stories, and trusted strategies to help you skip all the overwhelm and grow with confidence. Let's dig in. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you found your way to this little garden nook on the internet. Around here, we believe that everyone deserves to grow their own food, no matter your space, your schedule, or your starting point. You don't need a green thumb, you just need a little guidance, a bit of sunlight, and the belief that something good can grow right where you are. Welcome back to Grow with Vibrant Rainbow Gardens podcast. I'm Vandana, your Houston garden coach and permaculture enthusiast. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest challenges I see in local gardens: watering. Water sounds simple, right? You just turn on the hose, sprinkle, and then done. That's it. But in reality, watering is one of the most common reasons people struggle with their plants. Not just here in Houston, but everywhere else too. So, in this episode, I am going to share 3 watering mistakes I see all the time and how to fix them. Then, I'll take it a step further and break down how watering should look in raised beds, for in ground perennials, and for plants in containers, because each one is slightly different. Plus, I will leave you with some bonus tips to save you time and maybe even cut your water bill. Let's get into it. When I first started gardening, I did what seemed natural. I sprayed water right over the plants, like rain. It felt refreshing and it was fast. But then my tomatoes started getting sick. Leaves spotted with fungus, fruit splitting, and then sometimes plants just looked weak and unhappy. It took me a long while to figure it out, but the culprit was overhead watering. See, when water splashes onto the leaves, it creates this perfect environment for fungal problems. In Houston, with our humidity, that's like rolling out a welcome mat for diseases. So, here's the fix: water the soil, not the leaves. Think about it. The roots are what actually drink. The leaves don't need a shower, the roots need a drink. Whether you use a watering can, a hose with a wand, or a drip irrigation system, always aim for the soil. Your plants will be healthier and you'll prevent a whole host of problems before they even start. The second mistake is inconsistency. This one can be tricky because Houston weather is unpredictable. One week it's a downpour every day, and the next it's 100 degrees with no rain in sight. I used to water on a whim, sometimes too much, sometimes too little, and the plants told me right away: drooping leaves, yellow leaves, cracked tomatoes, bitter cucumbers. I've even lost trees. Inconsistent watering stresses plants, and stressed plants attract pests and diseases. So, here's the fix: consistency is everything. I switched to drip irrigation, and It's been a game changer. Drip systems deliver water slowly and directly to the soil where it's needed. No waste, no soaked leaves, just steady moisture for roots. To make it even easier, I added Wi Fi timers. That way, I can set a schedule and adjust it on my phone, whether I'm home, busy, or even traveling. The garden gets watered on time, every single time. If you're not ready for a drip system, even a simple watering schedule, like every other morning, will make a big difference. The third mistake I see often is watering at the wrong time of day. I get it. Sometimes evening feels like the only free moment, but watering late in the day leaves soil and leaves wet overnight, which can encourage pests, mildew, and disease. The best time to water is early morning. Not only does the garden wake up refreshed, but the water has time to soak deep before the heat of the day evaporates it away. If you're using sprinklers, morning is fine. Just avoid them on sensitive crops like tomatoes because wet leaves plus Houston heat equals trouble. For tomatoes, peppers, or eggplants, always go with soil level watering. Trust me, I've had so much problem with my tomatoes with overhead watering. Morning watering sets your plants up for successes for the whole day, and your evening stay free for enjoying the garden instead of scrambling with the hose. Now that we've covered the big three mistakes, let's talk about something I get asked all the time. Does it matter if I'm watering raised beds versus perennials versus containers? Yes, it really does. Let me break it down. Raised beds dry out faster than in ground soil, especially in Houston summer heat. Water deeply and regularly. Mulch with straw or compost. It breaks down quickly, adds nutrients, and still holds moisture without tying up the nitrogen. Think of it as feeding and protecting your veggies at the same time. The perennials, trees, and shrubs and ground. These plants need deep, slow soaks. They don't swap. They don't sh- they, they don't want shallow, frequent watering like a lettuce might. They want moisture that sinks down to the root zone. And for mulch, go with woody mulch like bark or wood chips. It breaks down slowly, builds long term soil health, and protects the roots of your perennials for years, not just weeks. Containers are the thirstiest of all. They can dry out in a single hot day, sometimes needing water twice daily in August. Always check with your finger. The top inch is dry, it's time to water. And don't forget mulch here too. A light layer of shredded leaves or straw on top of your pots can prevent the soil from baking in the sun. Each setup has its quirks, but once you know what your plants need, you'll stop guessing and start watering with confidence. Now, before we wrap up, here are a few universal watering strategies. Mulch, mulch, mulch. It's the single best way to keep roots cool and happy. Number two, adjust for the season. Spring and fall might mean watering once or twice a week. In July or August, you will likely need daily watering. Number three, collect rainwater if you can. Rain barrels give you chemical free water your plants love. Plus, they will lower your water bill. So, to recap, avoid overhead watering, stay consistent, and water in the morning. Then, tailor your approach. Raised beds need compost or straw mulch, perennials thrive in woody mulch and deep soaks. Containers need frequent checks and a light mulch. Add in seasonal adjustments and rainwater harvesting, and your garden will be stronger and healthier all year. Remember, watering isn't just a chore, it's a relationship with your garden. Get it right, and your plants will reward you with resilience and plenty of harvest. If you'd like setting up a watering system or learning how to adapt to Houston's tricky climate, I would love to work with you. Thanks for tuning in to Grow with Vibrant Rainbow Gardens. Until next time, happy growing! Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Grow with Vibrant Rainbow Gardens. I hope it gave you some fresh ideas and grounded confidence to take that next step in your garden. If you loved today's topic, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. It helps other local gardeners find the show. Want to go deeper? Grab one of my free resources, book a one-on-one consult, or check out my latest workshops at vibrantrainbowgardens.com. All the links are waiting for you in the show notes. Until next time, keep planting, keep growing, and trust your garden instincts.